We're live.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy,
We're in.
the Dale Man.
The L Man.
No, that time he really did say
Just Dale, man.
The Dale Man.
Tayshaun, you watching any of the rest of the playoffs?
I didn't catch anything last night, but I guess so. Are there 3 Game 7s on Sunday?
It depends what happens with the Warriors Rockets tonight.
Yeah,
I could actually see the Warriors just smushing them tonight.
it's kind of what I hope.
Freaking
happens.
smushing them.
Steph's going to get he's going to score 45. And the whole narrative is going to be like,
They don't need KD.
are the Warriors better without Kevin Durant?
God, I can't wait.
Love that.
Oh,
Save it for save it for the freaking pod.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Save it for the motherfucker pod, man.
Hey, shh.
What?
Let's start.
I'm Stephen Adams. This is Down to Doug. I'm miffed and peeved. That's not the words. What do I say?
Hello, I'm Alex Abrinas. I'm not miffed and piffed. I'm about to dunk. I'm not miffed and piffed. Hello, I'm Alex Abrinas. I'm not miffed and piffed. I'm down to dunk.
I'm Stephen Adams. I'm not miffed and peeved. I am down to dunk.
Yo, this PG and I'm down to dunk.
Good morning and welcome to episode 6, 7. I don't think that's right. I'm down to dunk. You can find us on CLNS Media, DailyThunder.com -radio at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or of course, anywhere you subscribe to your podcast or watch us stream the podcast live on YouTube on our FriPod tripod.
I think it's 680.
80.
Yeah.
680. I am Luke. Joined this morning by Andrew.
Slam through.
Taylor.
Shake it to the left if you had a good time. Take it to the right if you had a good time. Slam through.
And Jay.
It's Jay.
Good morning, fellas.
What's up?
Thunder's still out of basketball.
Has not changed.
Still,
Last I checked.
they didn't overturn any of the games.
Oh, man. But the playoffs are pretty great.
They are.
The Sixers Raptors series. I don't even know what to think about their game 7 because they've been so back and forth. I guess it's the Raptors' turn to be good now.
Yeah, because the Raptors won by 20 some odd or 30
Yeah.
in Toronto in game 5. And then Philly won last night by 20 plus in game 6. I would pick
They won by 11.
last night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was late. That was trash though, because it was 20-point game when
Mhm.
everybody started sitting late. So I would probably go with the Raptors in game 7.
Yeah, it's at home.
The only series that's over is the Bucks Celtics, which is my favorite thing about that series is just Paul Pierce.
Oh, my God.
He called it, man. He called
Paul
it. He knew
Pierce-
after game 1 it was over.
He knew it.
Paul Pierce has been so bad, man.
I don't get it. They had Stan Van, and they're like, the normal crew's back, so it's like Paul Pierce and Chauncey
Paul
Billups.
is
I'm like,
bad, man.
I think
send him
think-
to players only, man.
What are you saying, Tayshaun?
so I heard an echo of something. What was that?
Your imagination, most likely.
I don't know, but
It's just like,
Anyways,
just stop the pod.
it is nice to watch a team completely implode. That's very
Not
talented.
you, right? Yeah.
And the complete focus is off the Thunder, probably for the team that just imploded the most because
Definitely be Boston.
the way that Boston performed in that series, and all the Kyrie stuff, and even Al Horford. People are like, is he even going to come back? I mean, it's crazy. And then, I mean, it really makes the landing spot for Anthony Davis super interesting because we'll have the draft lottery next week, and so we'll know who's going to have Zion. And to me, that is pivotal for a lot of franchises because there will be some that may want AD instead of Zion for the time being, like we've talked about New York, where if they get the number 1 pick, I mean, that's the best case scenario for New Orleans is to have Zion Williamson. And it may be great for them to have AD for recruitment. Like, okay, well, we've already got Anthony Davis. They trade for him on draft night. I mean,
You talking about Kyrie?
no. I'm talking about the Knicks having Anthony Davis going into free
agency. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I thought
And
you,
then-
for some reason, my brain went to like AD recruiting Zion. I was like, well, Zion doesn't really have a choice.
No.
Okay.
No,
You talking about KD,
I know
Kyrie?
I actually know how that works.
So the
Jay.
draft. So
Believe
they
it
do
or
this
not.
thing where they.
But if they have Anthony Davis, I mean, I think that they already feel like they've got Kevin Durant in some way. But if they could get all three, they could perceivably get all 3 of those guys this summer, which would be super interesting. But it's just funny that when you think about Boston, like, does anybody think Kyrie will come back to that team?
No, they don't want him to come back.
I'm not sure they do. Like they obviously do
don't.
because talent is talent. But dude, that like he obviously there's more.
Bill Simmons said that he would drive him to the airport.
There's more and more stuff coming out after the season is ending. You know,
Mhm.
like where he just the whole team just had a problem with it. I think even you looked at. I was listening to Jackie McMullen and Zach Lowe, which
Mhm.
was she's always fantastic.
She's great.
But she was talking about Terry Rozier, and one of the things she said was he went from the driver's seat to the trunk. Was one
Yeah.
of the things he said earlier in the season, and it's like all of these indicators throughout the season that said that there's a problem with the makeup of this team. So the question you have to ask, like, can the Celtics? How good can they be if they just kind of build this offseason in a way that most normal teams do? You know, where maybe use those drafts and draft picks and try to find another point guard, or do you just run with? Because I think Rozier's unrestricted, or maybe he's restricted this offseason.
restricted.
So he's restricted. So whatever it is, match him, extend him, make him your point guard, and then utilize.
Would you want to do that?
I don't know. Like it just depends what you want, right?
Yeah.
Because
I don't think Celtics fans like Rozier either.
he was just
They
so
don't like
he was
Kyrie
just
or
so good in the
Rozier.
playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Scary Terry. Like I thought he was really good last year in the
He was
playoffs.
really
and so
bad. I have a
this year.
This year is really bad.
Yeah.
Theoretical question: would you trade the 21st pick for Brad Stevens if Billy Donovan was gone?
Maybe
I would say yes.
he's a great
Taylor?
coach in theory.
I don't
21st
know.
pick for
No,
basic
I
Brad.
heard- yeah, sure. But I also heard this stat. It was on Dan Lebitard. Stan Van offered it up, I think. No, he would never do this to another coach. Anyway, here's the stat. Brad Stevens in the playoffs is basically around 500. He doesn't really – I think he has 1 win above – or no, he maybe have a losing record in the playoffs now.
I bet he does. Yeah. It's just interesting because I think that the answer would have been an easy yes last year. This time
Yeah.
last year. You know?
So the best gettable point guard for the Celtics, if you were going to go the free agent route,
Yeah.
is Ricky Rubio, basically.
Ooh.
You could go or Kemba.
But they don't have money to get Kemba.
Yeah. But you know, I'm like, who knows what they could free up or figure out how to, you know, like I
I
don't
mean,
know.
they're going to free up Gordon Hayward.
Man, they would like to probably. Although, you know, everybody says that 1 year after catastrophic injury like that, like it's just that's still your building process. So hopefully
Sure.
for him, he comes back next year and he's in a different
Yeah.
place too. I don't know. I mean, they do have kind of one of the things facing the Celtics is they've got a lot of kind of borderline good players that they need to figure out. Like none of them can really become the
The-
guy that they need to be
Mhm.
whenever they're trying to share minutes. Jason Tatum can't be fully who we think Jason Tatum can be with Gordon Hayward there or
And
Jalen
Kyrie,
Brown
right.
and Kyrie. You know, so that's one of the things they have to look at. That's why a guy like Rubio, not that they could even maybe afford him,
They probably could.
but that's why a guy like Rubio
Do you
would
want
make.
Rubio?
I just think somebody that's he's not a ball dominant guy.
Yeah.
But you know, Rubio continues to create problems in the sense that you don't have to guard him. Most
I
of the time
know.
from the
I mean,
three-point
it's
line.
just, I mean, you have to be really good at something, really elite at something as a guard
to
to-
not be able to shoot.
and not be able to shoot. Like, and what is he? He's a good passer. I wouldn't say he's like a world class, just the best passer in the league. He can't create enough in the lane for it to matter. I don't know. I think that the
He has the
Jazz found some
He has a
problems.
reputation as a good defender.
Yeah, he's a good defender. He's fine. Like, he's a good player. I just don't know if you're going to win a championship if that's going to be your lead point guard.
Right. Well, in theory, Kyrie would be the best shot for you to.
If he wasn't such a weirdo.
He is so strange.
I mean, honestly, if he wasn't such a weirdo, he would understand, like, oh, this is a really great situation in Boston. And, like, we have a chance to go get Anthony Davis. I mean, it is kind of crazy. And he's going to leave to go to New York or somewhere else or Brooklyn. I don't know. I don't know that he's going to find a better situation.
New York is going to be such a collection of big weirdos.
Dude, I
Him
know.
and KD.
And Anthony Davis.
And Anthony Davis. That's all,
before
folks.
this year, you thought Anthony Davis was kind of a normal guy.
Yeah, before he was like actually under the spotlight.
So is David Griffin just posturing, basically?
Of course.
Yeah, like, hey, I still have some chips because I'm going to work really hard to try to keep Anthony.
So it's
Davis,
either
right?
that or it's like, hey, everybody,
I'm trading him.
We're
Send
trading
whatever
Anthony.
You want.
I mean, you either kill the trade value with what you say or you can build it up a little bit.
Yeah, Anthony Davis tried to kill it with that stupid T-shirt at the end of the season.
Hey, he doesn't pick out his own clothes.
Which may be true, actually. But you do put it on your body and look at it.
That is the dumbest excuse for anything.
But it may be like he has an actual stylist that dresses him. But it's like,
What if he's actually dumb?
But he has a brain.
I know,
He has
I
a
know.
human brain.
he looked in a mirror.
He can put that on and he can be like, no.
This is stupid. Why
And I'm
would I
sure
do
that there's
this?
some Pelicans gear he could grab and put on and
Right.
not do that. You don't have to do that.
Make a whole
I'm
fan
glad
base
we
hate your
finally
guts.
got to this topic.
I
I've
know.
been waiting months.
What did his shirt say? I didn't
It
see
said that's all, folks.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah, 2 months ago.
Huge Looney Tunes
long
fan.
time ago.
Man, he's just saying, yeah, I'm going to be in Space Jam.
Ooh, it could be.
Yeah.
He's actually no.
What a
No.
subtle hint.
Yeah. Like, yo, LeBron, I want to be in Space Jam.
Who wants to be with LeBron right now,
In Space Jam?
Yeah, we do need to talk about the Lakers. Can we talk about their dysfunction for a minute?
dude? They're the most dysfunctional franchise in LA now.
Maybe in the NBA.
I mean, Monty Williams said no to them and yes to the Suns. I think that's all you need to know.
So the sticking points were, number one, Kurt Rambis wanted to decide Ty Lue's staff.
What are they doing with Kurt Rambis?
I don't know. That
Why
dude
are-
has not been successful in the NBA.
He's not been a good
since he was a
coach.
player.
I mean, yeah.
His wife is
His wife,
what's her name's one of best friends.
Jeannie Buss.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's
She
intelligent.
has a job in the organization.
golly, and all of
A
the
woman.
all of the talk about all of the talk about Jeannie Buss like turning this thing around after Jim Buss screwed it up,
It's been a disaster.
and then she's been just as bad. And I mean, honestly, if LeBron didn't want to come to LA, like he just wanted to be in LA, like that's it, right?
Yeah, he should have gone to the Clippers.
Probably should have gone to the Clippers.
Except for he couldn't function with Doc. I think LeBron
I mean-
I think he's immensely difficult to coach. That's pretty. I mean, that's not like
He's a coach killer.
some sort of revelation. Like, oh my God, Jay,
Oh, no.
you're the first person to talk about this.
Yeah,
But
never
he's
gotten a coach
obviously-
fired.
He's obviously difficult to work with, and he wants to be the power guy. And Doc doesn't. I mean, you can't be the power guy with Doc.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, Kawhi would technically be the great superstar there with him. But I don't know.
Did you see that
don't know.
Did you see that the Lakers fans are going to protest the team
Yeah.
outside of Staples Center?
Today?
I wonder how many that is. Like 20?
20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like
In
20 like
Staples.
diehard Lakers fans.
hey, I was thinking
And
about
that's just downtown LA. It's not like where they're officed.
Yeah.
I was thinking
It's
about
just
heading
an
over.
arena.
I was thinking about heading over to the Thunder practice facility to boycott Billy Donovan.
Meet us over there at 11.
Taylor, we'll be
AM.
there at 11, man. You need to get in your car here in just a minute.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We'll bring some donuts.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
some,
man.
and
And
some
then-
Gardettos too.
A couple bags of hot tamales.
And
Yeah.
then get ready for the long haul.
Yep.
Bring a tent.
We're gonna be there till one of the news stations comes out.
What do the Lakers do this summer?
So did you see Rondo said last night that if they don't have a coach by free agency, there's no way he's coming, which is funny because I'm like, I'm not sure the Lakers want you. I mean, they may, but
That they
so Rondo said, if they don't have a coach, like I'm out. Like I'm not going to even field their call.
Yeah,
it's just like Rondo, you don't have that power, buddy. Like, sorry,
yeah, I don't know how much Rondo.
You're
knows.
vet minimum,
right? I don't know how much Rondo knows about Jimmy Butler and all that stuff.
He did say last night Jimmy's gone.
Yeah,
so maybe he is coming to LA, which would be fine. I'm sure he'll coexist with LeBron very easily.
Wait, what happened?
Rajon Rondo last night
on the NBA countdown or whatever.
Yeah, he said that Jimmy Butler's gone. Paul Pierce was trying to make a point, and then Rondo just kept interrupting him. And then Paul Pierce called Marc Gasol Pau Gasol. And then Beetle made him look like an idiot because he was like, if Kawhi and Pau Gasol leave Toronto, and then it was just silent for a second. She's like, which Gasol? Which Gasol? It was just fun.
I get the theory that having ex players brings fans to watch. Like that's the TNT. That's the whole way they've done it, right? There's no real analysis outside of Kenny Smith, basically. But at the same time, it's not the same. It doesn't work. It's not working. Chauncey's fine.
Here's how it works. Let me tell you how it works. Taylor, why? I wish I could mute your video. Taylor's got an extra head. I guess his wife cuts hair and curls hair, and he's got a very
this is my wife's head.
Curly-haired woman.
Pissed me off.
Oh, yeah,
made me
stop. All right, man. See ya. Here's how it works: is that you want to tune in to see what stupid stuff Paul Pierce says. I turn it on and turn the volume up because a lot of times I watch NBA games with the volume all the way down,
which I've tried a few times. That's hard for me.
That's almost how I watch games all the time.
I gotta get used to it again.
But I'll turn it up to see what is Paul Pierce gonna say. Honestly,
you do really
if he was just giving analysis, whatever, I don't really care. But I'll turn it up to listen to is Paul gonna say something stupid again?
There's not a lot of blunders as fantastic as the series is over.
It's
Boston
it's over.
And then what do you call it? The douchebag sweep?
The douchebag sweep, yeah.
Is that a starters thing, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it is. You're back, Taylor. Welcome back.
Oh, I really was muted?
Yeah, for real.
We try to mute your face, but so there's other series going on, obviously. So Boston over. You've got Toronto. We talked a little bit about that. Toronto, Philly. It's a good series. It's weird. Just two blowouts are just odd. But then you have in the West, you've got two really, really good series. But the Nuggets, Portland is going to 7 last night. Portland won, I think, by 12 or 11. Damian Lillard played by far his best game of the series.
Dude, Rodney Hood.
Dude, that dude is going to get some team to spend way too much money on him this offseason.
Exactly.
He's been awesome.
He was unreal in the first quarter last night.
He had 25 points for them, 8 of 12 shooting.
And they needed every one of them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Talk about the Trailblazers did some pretty good roster adjustment kind of on the fly.
Yeah, they got Hood and Canner mid-season.
Huge. They're obviously not here without both of those additions.
Right. Although Zach Collins played really well. He had 5 blocks, 14 points. He was 1 of 3 from 3.
Well, Paul Millsap, so they started with Paul Millsap, Al-Farouq Aminu guarding him, and he was just killing him. And Terry Stotts switched and put Zach Collins on. I mean, and it's Zach Collins isn't an unbelievable player. I think he's got a ton of potential.
I like him. Yeah.
But yeah, he played really well last night. It was by the time I couldn't stay up all night to watch it, but I think they were tied in the midway through the third quarter, and Portland needed that obviously, and so they're going back Game 7. I mean, I fully expect the Nuggets win to probably by 15 or something. Game 7.
To me, I would still be scared about Dame. This is probably just PTSD on my part. But
that's true. You never know.
Dame obviously can go for 50 and hit a game winner whenever your team is playing the best they played all playoffs.
You are correct. I remember that happening.
That has happened. The Thunder were awesome in that game.
Fantastic
is what people will forget. And to me that's a huge difference between Boston and OKC. Like OKC didn't lay down;
No,
they just
Milwaukee
they played-
literally stomped the life out of Boston. In that
yes,
game.
and they gave up. They were done. The
Done.
Thunder didn't give. The Thunder don't have like the Thunder are inconsistent, and they don't execute their game plan correctly every game, but they don't give up.
That's the one Russell leadership quality that is beneficial for the team.
Yeah,
It's like
and
he's going to die before he'll quit.
And what's funny, you begin the playoffs, like you say, which team is going to have more fight in a blunderous loss, the Thunder or the Celtics?
Sure.
And I think that you would probably be like, oh, it's probably the Celtics because Brad Stevens just gets guys to really play hard.
Nope.
The Thunder played hard. They lost on a game-winning shot.
Yeah, you can't call effort into question with the Thunder in that series. Execution, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Being big idiots. Yep,
sure.
Big idiots.
But yeah, I thought you're right. Like
I'm picking Denver too, but I don't feel
7.
I don't feel super confident.
That's the crazy thing about Game 7s is it's just like it really is just like this is it. All you have to do is show up for one game.
It's one game, and you can have sample size, take it all out.
Yep.
Like they could have like
one game.
Like if Seth Curry and Rodney Hood make all their threes,
could be a totally.
Like, what do you do?
Man, if Portland makes it to the Western Conference Finals,
be an amazing.
It'd be amazing.
Amazing accomplishment for either team. Really, it's an amazing.
Sure. And Denver like navigated this whole thing to get to this point.
Yep,
it's pretty brilliant as well.
I expect Denver to win in Denver because I think Jamal Murray will be better there. I think Gary Harris is better there.
Taylor, what do you think about that series, man? You've been watching much of it?
Every minute of it, man. No, I was just thinking, you guys said Damian Lillard had the best game of the series so far, and I got so jealous that this was his best game against the Nuggets.
Dude, he's been downright.
Nice?
He's been bad.
But wouldn't it be nice if Dame's best game against us was 32 points?
Oh.
And 5 assists.
That'd be really
That's what
nice.
I'm talking about.
Dude was on a mission against the Thunder.
Bad.
And I think, and people have brought this up, but like playing against Gary Harris and Jamal Murray and playing against Russell Westbrook, the amount of fire that one of those players gives you and the others don't. Like playing against Jamal Murray, like you're not going to play like so inspired. Like I just need to kill that guy.
No, right?
Like you see Russell on the other side and he's rocking the baby and he
brings it on himself. You are correct.
You just want to destroy that guy, and he did. He destroyed that guy.
Yes. And then you've got obviously, I think the biggest story, probably in the NBA right now, is the fact that Kevin Durant mild calf strain, which it looked way worse.
I got a bunch of texts and I woke up to them because I wasn't watching the game.
People were like, Kevin Durant tore his Achilles.
Luke texted me. I had a few other.
It looked like it.
I had a few other buddies text me that he had tore his Achilles. I was like, oh shoot! Like honest, like what was your first thought whenever you thought that was a reality for him?
I really thought this is why you don't blow it up. So I text that to you guys too. This is why you keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never know when fate or chance or bad luck works out for you. Because now the Rockets have literally their best chance. You can tell me Game 7 last year, blah, blah, blah. I think the Warriors would have.
I just can't believe they blew that game.
Yeah, 26 missed threes.
Dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the game where KD went out. Like they had a chance to win that game.
5.
Game 5.
Yeah. And so I didn't watch the end of it.
There was a huge opportunity.
It was, 9:30 starts. But
yeah.
I don't know. It changes the game. I do think the Warriors are going to show up. Like I really do. Could just see them just
very,
totally
very
being them.
Luke, what did you think?
I was so like had my finger on the tweet button about to just send out just risk it all tweets about how happy I was. I was so excited
that he might have a potentially career-ending injury.
I was very excited, and I was already ready to defend myself for people that be like, "Hey, man, you still got to give it up, man. You don't want to have to happen to any player." And in my mind, I was like, "Yes, I do. This is the player I want it to happen to. This is a great day." And I was already ready to defend against the backlash against my tweet. I was completely ready for the life of what I was about to say.
I respect that.
And then I held back because I knew I was the one saying it, and it wasn't coming from like you, Andrew.
Yeah.
And so I knew it's possible that it's not this, because I feel like if this was it, Andrew would be all over it, and I'm going to have a little discretion and wait just a second.
That was good. I honestly surprised myself. I felt like kind of sad about it.
Is that just because you hate Houston so much?
I think that is definitely a large piece of the pie. But
like if it was any other team that had a chance to come out of the West,
right?
Which I don't know what Denver could do against Houston. I have no idea. Houston dominated them. They tried to avoid Houston.
Houston would probably kill them, I think.
Yeah, because you just kind of make Jokic useless.
Yeah. But I felt kind of sad about it. I'm glad that it's not a career-ending injury for him, because I'm like, Kevin Durant's awesome. Like, he's really good, and I think to lose a guy like that, and maybe he would come back and be the same guy, but I mean, with that kind of injury,
rarely are people that
right. I don't know. I don't want to see that with anybody in the league.
But he's definitely out through the end of this series.
Yeah,
he'll be back reevaluated next week.
Hey Taylor, will you cue up that quote from Steph Curry?
Yes,
and read it
Good.
to us.
I was glad you brought that up,
because it's super interesting, because it like gives you the impression that they looked around and thought to themselves,
yeah, this is how it's supposed to be.
We have our team back. Now let's go do what we know to do. Yeah, go ahead and read it.
So this is what he said when he was asked, what was your thought after KD hobbled to the locker room? He said, we all looked at each other. There were a couple of smiles in terms of what that meant for us as a team. The guys that were going to need to step up in those moments. And I know I tweeted that, and some people on our Twitter were like, oh, we overanalyze everything. He didn't mean it like that, blah, blah, blah. Which one? Why are you following our podcast Twitter and sticking up for Warriors? What's that about?
I don't know.
But then two, no, this is Steph Curry in the playoffs. Why did he choose to say that? You just give BS, don't you? You just say like, man, that sucks for KD. He's one of the leaders of this team. Really hope he can get back soon.
Right.
That's what you say.
Exactly. Because it does give you the impression that they're excited to have their shots back.
That was the first thing he said.
Yeah.
That was the first thing Steph said to a reporter when asked about KD being injured.
That is, I mean, could Kevin Durant be more gone? And if they win tonight, if they close them out, thank you, Jay. If they win tonight and close them out, and they still go on to win the championship, whatever, they beat the Nuggets in 5, and then they beat the Raptors in 6 or something like that. I mean, the conversation's going to be like, remember when they beat the team that people think is the second best team in the NBA without Kevin? Like, we're going to be just fine. Like, they're going to be just fine. Like, that's going to be the conversation.
Freaking out a little bit. About and saying like, man, if Houston can't do it now, they could never do it. But honestly, if KD wasn't on this team, I think I would still think of the series the same way. I mean, I don't know if I think Houston would still be the underdog.
They might be. I mean, Golden State, when they lose Kevin and they're going to bring this team back, they're going to have to go get some other role players, certainly. Because right now they don't really have anybody.
No, that's true. They don't have the depth. I think people forget how much, how many points Maurice Spates scored for them.
Harrison Barnes was still
Harrison Barnes
earlier. Leandro Barbosa in that first championship run. He was a big deal. And Sean Livingston back then was unbelievable.
He was a lot better.
He was killing every backup.
And they made a living off of getting guys to come and play on vet minimum deals.
David West was
a big part of that too, and they didn't need to do that as much with this squad. But what you also
they got DeMarcus Cousins.
They did,
and he's been hurt. Yeah,
they did. But for me, it's like there are more teams out there next year that will have the draw for those kind of guys than just the Warriors.
Yeah,
because I mean, if New York does have that, you may have a few guys that go and play with. I don't know personality-wise how many people will be jacked to go play with Kyrie, KD, and AD, but you have that team. I think you still have the Lakers, which is dysfunctional as they are. They're still a draw. I think if the Clippers do kind of manage to do this, like Doc,
Who's the favorite next year?
It's wide open, in my opinion. The Bucks, the Rockets.
The Bucks could lose several of the guys they have on their team right now. They may not have Brook Lopez next year.
You know who's going to maintain majority of the roster that's really good? Denver.
Yeah.
They'll have a question with Paul Millsap, but I think they'll probably just pick up, I don't know,
$30 million.
I don't know if they'll do that or they'll decline that and extend him 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
At 50 or whatever, which is still a lot, and it puts them in kind of sketchy places going to the future.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's wide open, dude. This is what we've been dreaming about. This is why you prepare to be ready. Now, the Thunder have to pull their life together and you can't lose 3 straight first-round series in 5 games and then or 6 games, I guess, last year, right? And expect
they got to make some. This is why like making changes is so
to.
imperative, and like you need to get some veterans on this team that can play, and they just have to.
Yeah, I mean, so just for here's what's going to happen for the Nuggets, and I didn't mean to dig too far into this. So they have a $30 million team option for Paul Millsap next year, or for this offseason.
In his age
35,
age 36 year.
I'm 37. That feels old. Okay. Now I'm not an athlete or in Paul.
I'm 32. I can't imagine playing for the Nuggets in 3 years.
I don't know. I literally could not physically play for them right now.
That's the only reason.
But here's the question. Here's what's gonna be hard. Jamal Murray, at the end of next year,
extension eligible.
He'll be. They're gonna extend him probably this summer. Maxed out. Which puts them, like, is Denver willing to carry? Like, the thing about the Thunder doing it is they prepared for the first decade of their franchise to be able to carry this tax bill. I don't know if Denver's going to, they've got hard questions to answer. So
they do.
But that's a team that, in theory, will have pretty much the same roster. The only person they lose is Trey Lyles or, an Isaiah Thomas, which nobody cares about.
They'll be glad to. And they're going to bring in their rookie from this year.
Oh, yeah. Michael Porter, if he can ever play.
Yeah. He's interesting. That's like, that to me, that could take them up to another level.
It could be the guy they needed.
That is very interesting.
A wing, a 3 or 4. I mean, he's kind of a more of a tweener.
Yeah, he's a
4.
Big.
You'd play him at 4 with Jokic.
Dude, and they could, and you think that like they're a good offensive team now. If he's anything like people thought,
they will score 140 a game.
Like, they could be incredible. Like that could be the team in the West because all these stars are entering their 30s right now that have made the West what it is. And the East is starting to rise up a little bit. And really, like, who are the young teams in the West that are on the rise? You have
Kings.
You have the Nuggets at the top. You got the Kings.
I will say this. If the Suns get the kid from Murray State, on paper, they look like a team that in 5 years could be really, really good.
Yeah, I need to see.
I know. For sure.
We just need to see where Zion goes.
Yeah.
They could get Zion. I mean, like, we just don't know.
Yeah.
That number 1 pick, what conference he goes to, what team it is a massively pivotal guy for a team. So, like if Cleveland gets lucky and gets him, you just don't know. Like, he's a franchise-changing player.
Hey, guys. Let's talk about some Twitter questions.
Twitter questions.
Our first Twitter question comes from @BenElephantKing, who says or wants to know, is setback the scariest word in the English language?
So this is in regard to the fact that Paul George and Russell Westbrook both had surgeries this last week.
I can't believe that.
Two shoulder surgeries for Paul George.
Shoulder surgeries.
I know, it's a hard one. Rotator cuff in his right, labrum in his left. Just slight tears probably in both of them.
He hasn't had the labrum operation.
Okay, so he hasn't had that yet. So
he probably won't have it for a few weeks.
And then Russell Westbrook had a pinky, like a hand surgery, like a finger surgery or something like that. And then probably a scope, or maybe, what do you call it?
They're cleaning out his knee.
Something with his knee.
A PBJ.
Russell will be fine. Russell will be fine by the time season comes around. The question mark is Paul George.
Yeah.
They're saying minimally training camp.
I think he's going to miss part of the regular season.
Couple weeks.
I mean, I would not be surprised if we didn't see him till December.
Are there any?
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So
stop.
Benevolent King is saying, like, if you're a Thunder fan and there's injuries with your team, like you're just
It's
assuming
a 4 to
the
6
worst.
month recovery.
Here's my question: are there any like screws in there that are gonna rub on stuff?
No.
No.
Any
That's bad.
stitches?
Loose stitches?
Loose stitches?
You guys install any loose stitches into Paul George's shoulder?
Are there gonna be? Did they drop any foreign bodies in there?
There probably are some foreign bodies. That's what I would
that'd
guess.
be bad.
Some Golgi
Ew,
bodies.
you nasty. Man, I just hope like he can heal and he doesn't have to have a peanut butter jelly surgery.
I think it's gonna be a while. I mean, just do not be surprised if we hit October 15th or whatever, and they're like, "Yeah, Paul George is a little while away."
So we're just gonna sit around until then, just on the edge of our seats, just miserable.
With our thumbs up our butts.
I mean, not necessarily. Why? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it depends on what the schedule's like. If it's similar to last year, where the Thunder have a favorable schedule to start the season, like they could still win some games, which is probably what will happen because they always backload the teams that they think will draw attention on national TV to the end of the season. So it wouldn't surprise me if they had a schedule that's similar to what they had this year, where you're playing the Suns and all the bad teams at the beginning of the season, and then you play all the big teams in March and April. So that we'll see. But yeah, I would not. I mean, if I'm a Thunder fan, I would not go into the season expecting Paul George to play day one. I mean, I just would not. I think that you're setting yourself up to be disappointed.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that though. Okay, and I suggest a whole lot of other people set themselves up to be disappointed.
I mean,
with
6
me.
months from now, like what month is that, Luke?
6 months from now,
Mhm.
this is March.
This is not March. This is May.
This is May. I get March and May mixed up all the time.
This should be good.
They're both M's. And so then it's going to be 6 months from now is October? November. No.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
You
I mean-
know what I'm really not good at? Months
yeah.
and the order they go in. I have to start and say, January, February, March, April, May
Really?
to remember them. I'm really not good at it.
I'm sorry.
I
I
can't
know.
wait to replay this one at half speed.
This will be the podcast preview.
It makes-
minute 36.
It makes scheduling my life pretty difficult, but I'm truly it's not very good.
You know,
Hey,
and
Luke.
I'm not very good at.
I mean, it's an
But
it's an
I mean,
everyday
like
problem.
November is probably a more reasonable date to expect him to be back. I
Thanksgiving.
mean, 4 months is really fast to recover from that.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Like don't get I don't get stressed out.
I'm not saying that they're like
Why
toast.
not though, Jay?
Like I would
I
rather
think
him.
that's a big up-
I'd rather him sit out 3 weeks of the regular
Right,
season
and be healthy in
and
the
be
playoffs.
healthy
Right.
and have his shoulders in good order, and then rest him on back-to-backs, get him to the playoffs, try to win 50 games, get yourself 4 or 5 seed or whatever, and then just see what happens. Because next year, like the West is going to be kind of even. Like 1 through 8, like all those teams are going to be good. No one's going to, I don't know that any team will be head and shoulders above the other. Maybe Michael Porter comes back and like he's a monster. Who knows? But barring that situation, I think like who's the favorite in the West if Kevin Durant leaves? I mean, I just don't even know the answer to that. I think that you probably have
And there's so many moving parts too. Do the Clippers get Kawhi?
dude, who knows? They might.
Right? Do the Lakers get Butler?
Who knows?
I don't know.
And then who doesn't make the playoffs if the Lakers get somebody?
Right.
The
The Warriors probably.
I also
God, that would be
I
so
think-
great. Oh, what? What'd you
Don't
say?
we always underestimate how much work NBA players put in the offseason as well. I think especially as Thunder fans, we just go ahead and say like, oh, it's just the offseason. They're fine. They can sit around. But like if you're not hurt, these players are in the gym like trying to add something or make a part of their game better.
Yeah, they
They're
take
not on vacation for 4 months.
Yeah, they
You know
take
what I
probably
mean?
the first 2 or 3 weeks and go and sit on a beach somewhere and don't do anything.
Yeah.
And then they hit the gym. You're right.
Yeah,
the
it's
Thunder
it's kind of a significant thing that Russ and PG haven't had a lot of off seasons. Well, especially for the Thunder, that they've been able to work on stuff.
Yeah. Russ will have that this summer. Ferguson
Yeah.
has a like to me the guys that need to come back a lot better. Ferguson, Jeremy Grant, and Steven Adams. Like those guys need to get better.
And probably Hami and Burton too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but
I don't
let's
think they're
get-
counting on those guys. To me, like those guys, if they're rotation players next year, that's not the best case scenario for the Thunder. Best
don't
case,
think?
no.
Like if Hami has the jump that Ferguson did between season 1
You
and
just
season
can't
2.
shoot it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, like you made.
To,
That's
to
what
me,
I'm saying. Like if
to
he
me, I'd
goes-
rather have a veteran at that spot.
I totally agree. What you
I-
need is Dre healthy,
Give me a
as
healthy
healthy as he
Dre.
can be.
Give me some vets that can play those spots. Keep developing Hami. That's if he's good and if he's
It's a
good next year,
bonus.
great. If he's
It's a
good
bonus.
the year after, sweet. I would rather have a vet shooting guard or shooting forward or somebody that can shoot the freaking basketball at that spot.
You're
Like
right.
don't give me this Hamidou Diallo. We don't know if he can play. We don't know if he can shoot it. Like I like him. I think he's got potential. He's 20 years old. Like there's no rush with him.
That's valid.
And so to me, Terrence Ferguson is probably the one that needs to make another jump in order for this team to go up another level. They need another scoring threat with those guys. And maybe they acquire that via trade. Maybe they acquire that via free agency.
You know what's
But,
crazy
but
is
they need Ferguson to get better.
I'm looking at stats from the Portland series for questions coming up here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
He shot almost 39% from three. He was like 16 to 25 from the 3-point line. Jeremy Grant was 45% from the
Dude,
three.
he was
in that
good.
series.
Both those guys need to learn how to dribble.
That would be helpful. But
They
then you
both
look
need
at
to.
Paul George, 31%.
Dude, he's not. He
was
was
hurt.
playing like he had two bad shoulders.
Yes, he was.
Hey guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @RStinson00, who wants to know: can you bring yourself to genuinely root for anyone in the Warriors versus Rockets series?
I'm pretty blatantly pulling for the Warriors.
I am too. I'm rooting.
Yes.
I'll be rooting tonight
Yep.
for them.
Rooting. Where does rooting come from? Did people used to say root, 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 root?
That's a good question.
Let
Is
me-
it-
I'll look it up. I
Yeah.
have a computer.
Okay, thank you. Luke?
So is it tonight and Sunday?
I
Yeah, I believe
I
so.
can't bring myself. I can't bring myself to root for either of them.
Yeah.
I'm not there
I respect that.
emotionally.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
I just hate the Rockets so much.
In my mind, I'm on the same beach that the Thunder players are probably at, maxing and relaxing,
Yeah.
not thinking about basketball.
Hey, Paul George is already rehabbing that shoulder. His longtime girlfriend has been Instagramming videos of him.
Yeah.
Getting
So
that.
I was talking to somebody yesterday about this, where it's like, they're like, well, my son had a labrum surgery and it took him X amount of day or X amount of months to be back and healthy, which is true. Like for the normal person, we have a very different healing pattern than these guys, because it's like the amount of specific training and physical rehabilitation that these guys go through. They're assets, man. They're
No-
multi-million-dollar assets.
I was going to say, nobody has $30 million invested in your son getting better.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just hard for us to get out of that mindset where it's like, oh my shoulder never felt the same. It's like, yeah, you know why? Because you didn't have literally a professional trainer with you every single day rehabbing that
Right.
shoulder.
You didn't get an MRI twice a week
Yeah,
for 6
right.
weeks.
Yeah. Like he will go through a regimen over the course of the summer to where he will be, I mean, his shoulder will be as healthy as it can be
Yeah.
quicker than anybody else's would be.
After 2 or 3 follow-up surgeries, he's going to be just fine, everybody.
Setbacks.
Hey guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. Shout out to @RoadCrew1, who asked, are the Warriors still the favorite if Durant is out? We've kind of already discussed that.
I don't know that we gave our picks for that series.
Let's give our picks.
Taylor.
What was the question? I was reading.
Are
about
Warriors
root.
still the favorite? Are Warriors still the favorite if Durant is out?
No.
What's your pick for the series?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee is not playing them.
Golden State in 6.
What are you talking about? Finals? Western
I'm back.
Conference Finals?
No, we're talking about the series that's going on right now. Rockets, Warriors.
Oh, well then, yes.
Milwaukee.
Warriors in 7. Warriors in 7.
Warriors in 6.
You think they win tonight?
I think they do. I think Steph Curry has room to be Steph Curry again.
Dude, Steph and Clay are going to come out and hit so many threes. and
Clay
just
was
be shimmying and jumping around, and they're going to win by 30.
Clay was terrible until this last game in the series, and Steph's been bad too. We'll talk about that in one of these
Guys,
questions.
I just wish more men would hit on Steph Curry's wife.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
I don't know what happened in that.
I just
Clarify
wish
what you mean by that.
here she was on some show, like a morning talk show, or like some show that I don't watch, and she said that she has a lot of it's hard for her because there's all these women throwing themselves at her husband, and there's no guys throwing themselves at her. She wishes more guys would shoot their shot at her, and it kind of hit on her. And I saw that, I said, what?
Aren't
Why
you married?
Why is this person on TV saying this?
It's just
Hold on. Okay, that's how people took that. I think that's so weird because when I first saw the interview, she was clearly talking about how self-conscious it made her that there were women around Steph all the time, and that he got all the attention all the time. It wasn't really about like she wanted men to hit on her.
Yeah, she wants men to hit
This
on
is a
her.
Luke. This is the most Luke way to take what she said.
That's not right. She wants men to hit on her. That's what the takeaway is.
Well, next time, Luke, you'll know exactly what to do when you see Ayesha Curry
There
out
you
on the
go.
streets.
Yep. Guys, it's just such a weird thing. And
What would be your pickup line for Ayesha Curry, Luke?
I would say, officer. That's it. And then I'd have her. Let's move on
I was expecting
to our
a little
next
bit more there.
Twitter question. Well, man, I'm single,
Yeah.
and I have been, and that's the reason why. That's my
That's
my
your
go-to.
only thing.
Hey, what's
I
up?
would say I got one.
Okay.
I say, okay, you're with Steph, and his brother's Seth, right? You can call me Sex Curry.
Oh my god. So you're okay.
What's up, Aisha? You know Steph? You know Seth? I'm Sex.
That's great, man. You got her. Congrats. You made it. She's not self-conscious anymore. Let's move on to our next Twitter question. And it is from
Grow up. Yeah, you grow up.
it's from @BenElephantKing. He says, what are some draft buzzwords that describe you? For example, surprising athleticism. Andrew, describe yourself with some draft buzzwords.
Yeah, sneaky athleticism. Any guy that is white in the draft, none of them can be athletic. They're sneaky athletic. You're surprised. That guy's athletic? Unbelievable. He looks like my accountant. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That he can jump. I'm sneaky athletic. Taylor?
I'm most definitely a game time decision. That's kind of what they'd say about me every game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. He's a game time decision.
I think they'd also
That's
say
basically.
they'd say I have an unbelievable motor. That guy has a motor. You know, I actually was talking to my mom on the phone and described my grandma as somebody who has a motor this week.
Unbelievable motor.
Hard worker. Wait, what? In what context did you?
She's
say
a
your
hard
grandma
she's
has
a hard
motor?
worker. Like she just doesn't stop. She's got a motor. I was describing my grandma in like the same way that they describe draft prospects.
You know what they describe Jay as? Locker room leader.
Yeah.
Hey,
Locker room leader.
I'm the perk
There you go.
of this podcast.
There you go.
Saying outlandish
Locker
things.
room leader.
Luke, how would you describe yourself?
They'd say, I don't know. I don't know
Andrew,
what
did you
to
say you have a motor?
Yeah.
You do have a motor, man. That's
Motor.
good.
You can't turn
They'd
You
say
won't turn
Luke
off.
has.
He gets it from his grandma.
Get it from my grandma. I do. That's true.
Taylor's the Kyrie Irving of our podcast.
No, man.
Distraction,
Listen, this is
flat
what they'd say
earther.
about Luke. They'd say Luke has too many off the court concerns.
There you go.
They'd say, I don't know if this guy's serious about playing basketball. He has a lot of off the court issues.
This guy's got unbelievable talent, but there's a lot of off the court issues that he's got to take care of.
Fantastic. Hey
Is
guys,
Luke Michael Beasley?
there. Yes,
Super cool.
super cool bees. Hey guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question, and it is from @Jacob Unchained, who wants to know, what Thunder player would you most like to see wearing the new ninja style headbands?
I put this question in because I just wanted you all to know that I love this look.
They're cool, man.
It's like my favorite thing that's happened.
Mike
in the NBA
Scott
this year.
looks so cool.
Drew Holiday was the first
Drew
one
Holiday.
I probably remember doing it.
He looks cool.
Mo Harkless has it too, or had
Yeah.
it at least
Yeah,
for some
it
part.
looks cool.
It does.
It's so much cooler than the regular headband.
So who on the Thunder?
I mean, would you not want to see Russ in it because he already looks like a Ninja Turtle?
Oh my gosh, he would be straight Donatello.
It would be so cool.
Actually, let's be real.
He's
Russ
Raph.
is Raphael.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
He's cool, but you saying he's cool but crude? Hey, dude.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Taylor, who would be the best in the ninja headband?
I think I'm putting it on Ferg because I think he needs a little bit of swag.
I don't know,
He
man.
needs something.
He's kind of too skinny.
Grant would be somebody I could see doing
Grant
That's
would
why
be
I'd
cool.
go with it.
What about Steven?
it. Would be amazing. What about he's not going to be on the
You
team
couldn't
next
see
year?
it though.
Actually, Schroeder would be pretty awesome. with
Schroeder
it.
would actually be cool.
My favorite
Yeah.
that would look awful is Ray Felton.
Ray. Oh, and that brings up Deontay would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, he
with it.
would. He'd do a pink one all the time too.
It'd be cool.
You know,
Schroeder is the one that makes the most sense to me, actually.
And he'd look like an actual Naruto character too,
What is that?
with like his blonde patch.
It's like
What's
an
Naruto?
Where
anime.
this
It's anime.
headband is like
Anime.
from.
Oh,
It's an anime thing. All
Nagruder.
these NBA players watch anime.
How do you spell Nagruder?
It's Naruto.
Magruder, MACGRUD.
D-E.
Magruder.
Hey guys, let's move
Oh,
on to our next
McGruber.
Twitter
Yeah.
question. It comes from at Dylan35_52, who wants to know our favorite stadium food. Have you guys had in Chesapeake Arena Smash Burger? Because it's great.
But isn't that just like a place?
It's a burger.
It's like a burger place that you could get.
So is it?
I don't think so.
Is there an actual smash burger, or is it a burger that's been smashed?
Because Smash Burger is a place.
It's a
I don't-
restaurant
I
named
don't think
Smash
it's, but I
Burgers.
don't think it's
Is there-
related.
Does it have a sign called Smash Burgers,
No,
or is it just a?
it's something different. I think it's something different. Maybe I have the name wrong, but it's good. The other that I really like, they have a pretzel with pizza toppings on it. Pizza pretzel.
Oh yeah.
Good, very good.
I don't trust most stadium foods.
Trust it. I trust it all.
I used to get the when I was going to Thunder games as a fan, if I was going to eat a meal, they had a barbecue place. I don't think it's there anymore. You get this giant baked potato filled with pulled pork, and it was delicious.
It was only $25.
It was only $8.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey,
Yeah.
did you know that outside of the Thunder Kid Zone, they have all sorts of like super cheap stadium food?
Yeah, I know.
Like $2 for a hot dog and
Mm-hmm.
all sorts of things.
Mhm.
I'm just a hot dog guy, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm gonna go to a
Schwab dog.
Schwab dog,
Schwab dog,
diggity
dog,
dog.
dog.
Yeah, I would just go like a hot dog. Although some of the barbecue places in the stadium aren't awful.
I
Talk-
know.
Talk to me about your toppings on your hot dog. What do you put on there?
You're not gonna like it.
I want to know.
I am super boring.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Ketchup,
Go ahead.
mustard,
That's fine.
nothing else.
That's fine.
I
Yeah.
don't screw with onions. I don't mess with relish.
Chili.
Too messy.
You know, not if I'm going to Thunder game, because I have to wear what I'm wearing the entire game, and I won't covered in chili.
Because it's
Oh,
almost
yeah,
a
you're-
guarantee if you're eating a chili dog that you're going to get chili on your shirt.
Guaranteed
Yeah.
dropping beef.
You're guaranteed to drop me.
Guaranteed.
Hey guys, real quick, final Twitter question from at Vangelope, the best pancake topping. I'm
Vangelope is back.
gonna give it to
Go ahead,
this.
put this on.
You got to give it to syrup.
Mine too. Huge fan
Well,
of syrup.
Can we? Okay.
Are we going maple? What are we
You gotta go-
talking?
You got go
Chocolate?
syrup.
Just warm maple syrup.
Boom.
Can we put syrup? Can we say syrup is part of the pancake and then talk about other parts?
Agreed. I think
Put on
that's
there.
actually the actual conversation.
Oh, then you
Yes,
know what
thank
my
you.
then you know what my actual favorite topping is? No topping at all.
Really?
Really?
I
You
don't
wouldn't
top.
go. You don't go anything else.
I just syrup, butter.
Butter.
I butter it up.
So let
Butter-
me ask this question.
Yeah.
Anybody a peanut butter fan?
100%.
Yeah.
Nearly 75% of the time.
So good.
I'm going peanut
You can
butter.
do
Waffle.
butter,
Dude,
peanut butter,
pancake,
and syrup.
Peanut butter.
Dude, the peanut butter syrup combo on a nice waffle.
It's good.
It's
It's good.
so good. That's my thing. That is.
Never tried it.
my thing.
You might need to.
You've never tried it.
No.
You should do it.
I'm
Luke,
a bare bones
it'll-
pancake man.
do you like peanut butter?
I like PB. Yeah.
Then you're gonna love this.
It gives you just the perfect combination of a little bit savory, a lot of bit sweet.
Really?
Mhm. You guys have the protein pancakes you can buy?
Kodiak, man. I got
Dude.
some in my pantry.
The best.
They're thick daddies
it's
too.
good.
You start pouring that batter in, and it's like, holy moly.
It's good, man.
Did you say cognac? You put cognac on your pancakes?
Yep.
Now we're talking.
Y'all like fruit? Do you do fruit on any of
Oh
yours?
yeah. If I'm not going peanut butter, I'm going fruit.
Blueberries, strawberries, bananas.
Are we
Banana.
Will you remind me? I keep trying to think about how did your professor say mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise. You get one bottle of mayonnaise. What? What did he say?
I had a
I
professor.
just desperately wanted to know what he was saying.
I had a professor that would say garment, and he was Chinese. And
Yeah.
he taught like Chinese or Asian history.
Yeah.
And he'd say garment all the time. And we were like, what is he? Government. It took 3 weeks for me to figure out he was saying government. I'm like, garment. I'm like writing
garment.
notes like garment.
Garment.
Wow.
Garment.
Oh, really? We're gonna make fun of
He was
people's accents right now.
Unbelievable.
Jay,
he was such a great
muted.
teacher.
Andrew, mute Jay.
I learned
That
so
was
much.
that was
Mayonnaise.
irresponsible.
Hey guys, I have one final question for you, but before I ask it, I want to take a second to talk to you about Oklahoma Shirt Company. $10 a month, they get you an Oklahoma themed shirt each and every month. Jay, what other states they got?
They have Oklahoma,
What other?
Texas, Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas.
Guys, if you want
Wyoming.
one of those
Mhm.
themed shirts a month, it's only $10. And for signing up, you get an introductory shirt for free. They ship it to you. It's great.
Bing bang,
And then you'll be styling and profiling all over your state.
bing bang.
And you can go downtown and to their store. They got some of their past shirts, still only $10. And if you have an event or a group and you want to make a shirt, they can help you create that shirt, print that shirt, and then you'll be the toast of your friend group.
Bing bang.
They really do. They'll hook you up. Their merchandise, their marketing, anything you want to do, they're going to figure out a way to do it. So
We got it.
they just printed some Oklahoma themed hats for Father's Day. They've got Mother's Day gear. They got all sorts of things. Get somebody a gift, or if you want to just make shirts for your mom that say, I love you, Mom, holler at them. It's a little late. It's Friday. Mother's Day's on Sunday. I don't think they can rush it that quick.
You never know.
Maybe we're working on 2020's Mother's Day.
2020, get a hop on that.
Yeah.
Get a hop on it. 2020's Mother's Day is going to be big. But the most important thing is support those that support us, fellas.
Ooh.
Miffed and peeved.
I am grateful and blessed because this morning on the way to the pod, woke up a little late, but I'm at the stoplight in front of the train tracks. I can hear the train coming. It's tooting.
Yeah.
The things haven't gone down yet. Made it.
Wow.
Made it in time. Felt like I was in the Dukes of Hazzard.
I was probably sitting at the same
Luke's of Hazard.
Britain and Western. Is that where you were?
Yes.
So I'm at Britain Western yesterday. Side note, this is not my miffed and puffed. There's a van. So there's another train coming. Train just finished. Another train coming. The part where you can stop at the stoplight is kind of like where the the arms for the train. This thing is just banging. that train arm, the crosswalk or whatever it is, the railroad thing is just hitting the top of this person's van. They're just like, what is happening? You just seem like
I just have no idea. Hailing, is it?
The other cool thing about this week, I was at the Killers concert,
Yeah.
and apparently,
you and apparently everybody else.
well, apparently, there was a tornado coming there, and they made no announcement. They did not let anyone know. I was getting texts from like my parents being like, "Hey, they're saying on the news, if you're at the Zoo Amphitheater, you gotta get out of there. Like, there's a tornado coming," and it was wild. It was just raining sideways, soaked.
Wow.
It was fun though.
Man, I wish people would Instagram story that concert.
Oh man,
I
when they
feel like
shot
on-
the stuff out.
I feel like I was there personally.
Man, I just didn't ever see any videos of it.
Not one.
You know what I really try not to do is be on my phone at all, recording at all at concerts.
Same.
Because it's like
Yeah, no.
I want to live it. I want to live it.
I know
It's up
most
here.
most people do that. I wish that most people did not. I wish I could see more of it. I was so miffed. I was driving, and somebody had this Jeep, and they had
Uh-oh, you're talking about me.
zombie apocalypse, like service something whatever, like on like that wheel that's on the back of the Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's so dumb, and it made me so mad. I was just so angry. Like, what? Like, you think that you're like gonna help people, and like he's probably one of those people like, I know exactly what I'd do if there was a zombie apocalypse. I know my choice of every, and I'm just like, why are you doing? Why do we do
Wait
this,
a second.
guys?
Do you not? You have to have a plan. Do you not have a zombie plan?
See, my plan is to be as close to that Jeep as possible.
My plan is just
Oh my.
my plan is to die just as quickly as possible and then eat all you guys.
That's fine because Luke doesn't have a family. Andrew, you have a wife and kids.
Mm-hmm.
This zombie plan isn't for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great. Hey, you know what else you need to do, Andrew? Spend like hundreds of dollars a month on zombie apparel and
Right.
and things.
You know what makes me mad? Eyelashes on a car.
You know what makes me even more angry? And I saw it last night driving. Dog testicles.
Dude,
on
they're not
trucks.
dogs. They're not dog testicles, are they? I think they're human testicles.
I believe
they're truck.
I guess
nuts.
that makes sense.
I believe that's correct.
Jay, you
Luke.
made them less gross.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's repulsive.
Is
to me.
there a color that really gets your
all
goat?
of them? I mean, chrome.
Chrome dog nuts. Truck
I
nuts.
like the flesh.
I just don't like car accessories that have to do with humans. And
No, yeah,
just- I'm
eyelashes.
out on all of
Eyelashes creep me out.
dude, I get so angry when I see the eyelashes on a car. I just can't handle it.
They're always on VW Beetles too.
all the time,
Dude, I'm just so over it. Some of them like look like real hair.
Taylor, you miffed or peeved?
I'm grateful and blessed because something finally clicked today.
Hmm.
I never knew why Rodney McGruder. I was like, why does Rodney McGruder's name sound so familiar, and why does it want to make me laugh?
Hmm.
And I finally made the connection that it's because it sounds like McGruber,
Yeah.
the skit from the Will Forte skit. I never made that connection until now, and now I'm just looking through McGruber photos. Oh my god! I know what I'm doing as soon as this podcast is over. I'm watching McGruber.
And then head to Quick Trip for pizza.
I had a pizza yesterday.
Hey, the pod's over, Taylor. By the
We
way.
ran the outro. You're whole miffed and peeved. You're bothering him now.